Welcome back to one more. At the bar with me, as always, is my lovely co-host Tommy. Hey, so uh, we were gonna have a third. Shouts out, Cirque Slob. He was gonna be on with us. Unfortunate he couldn't join, but that's okay. We will have him on at a later date. That is a good plan for us. How you been, Tommy?
Drinking beer, recording podcasts.
That's a good that's a good Tommy. 10 out of 10.
That's it. Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong. Have you done anything new lately? Anything exciting?
Got my hair cut.
Yeah. You did show me that today, and I saw you posted it on Instagram. So, for those who want to check it out, check it out.
It's my new profile picture.
Yeah.
On my private account.
Oh. You can't find it then. Sorry. Out of luck.
Clash of Clans username, then you can find my Instagram.
Yeah. I edited my Instagram as well today. I took all my posts down, and I'm starting the progress of turning it into the podcast Instagram. I figure I get on there pretty much at least once a day. I can make it into something efficient instead of something inefficient.
Your spirit animal is a toad, and you really love shiny things.
That reigns true, no matter what.
Can't argue with.
I do you know what your spirit animal is? Like, if you had to choose one that just really resonated with you.
I don't know, Benny. What animal am I most like? This is way more fun. I think this is way more fun.
There's a lot of answers that I could choose that are just absolutely cruel. I don't know. Let's see. A peacock.
A peacock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why a peacock?
You're very you're a very proud person. You know, you have a way about you that's I don't know. It's hard to describe other than loud. You have a very loud persona. And I feel like a peacock is a good example of that. You know, you just you're always attracting, you're always attracting something. And a peacock's plumage, they use it to attract mates, but they also use it as a deterrent for predators because of the eyes and the feathers. Yeah, and I think that your loud personality is both a self-defense mechanism, but also a key character point in how you find, love. And yeah.
That's very deep.
I was also gonna say toucan because you have a big fucking nose.
There's where. That's what I.
I also had anteater on the mind.
Maybe if I did coke, anteater would be a fitting solution.
You do coke, just only in hospital situations.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah.
Like, just numbed my whole fucking face. Kind of fun.
Yeah, there's a small business in Canada. I saw a post for that is looking to legalize cocaine in a medically restricted sense. You know, a lot like artificial marijuana.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, be on the lookout for that, I suppose.
I will do medical coke ever again. The stuff I had was just used as a numbing agent, but if it actually gets you high, I'm good.
Well,
After that.
I think I think it's called bump. I think it's called bump, and it's like
Well,
it's like an artificial cocaine that they, well, not artificial, but like controlled cocaine. And yeah, I don't know. I just saw one article about it. I don't think it has any structure to it yet, but
if I can go to Canada, I'll do some coke.
there you go. Go to Canada, do some cocaine. You know, it's called the Great White North for a reason.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Try anything twice.
You
I
know,
will give,
oh, you're not going to get bump.
no, I will give it a bump.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's its namesake after all.
That's how you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking podcast. What do you think my spirit animal is? Do you think that the toad is true to me, or
Yeah, the toad is fairly accurate.
yeah?
No, that's fairly accurate. I'm trying to think of some other animals, but I mean, the toad attracts mates by its, vocals and like how it, communicates. So
Yeah.
it's very.
You never said what yours was, by the way. You just allowed me to choose.
My favorite animal is shit. What's an animal that doesn't give a fuck?
There's one
But
that's
it's like-
known for it.
But is slightly caring.
There's one that's known for that.
What is it?
The honey badger.
The honey badger? No, I'm not that ruthless.
Honey badger don't give no fucks.
You don't give no fucks.
Shout out to all the people that actually get that reference from back when that was actually something that was popular.
I want to be a fucking. It's a hard choice. I have a couple in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I had to choose my animal, it'd be a fish of some kind.
A fish.
Fish.
Now, are you saying fish and meaning all aquatic life, or are you saying fish and meaning fish?
I'm saying fish and meaning fish. I'm just trying to decide which fish I would think I would be.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think I'd be a tuna. Definitely not a tuna. Oh. Fuck.
Maybe
I wanna,
maybe a salmon.
no, I would want to be a bridal shiner.
A bridal shiner.
Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
Little creek chub, pretty much. Bigger than a creek chub, but same sort of fish.
Oh, why?
Because they just live in creeks and live their own peaceful life. That's what I would want to do. That's
Huh.
what I want. It doesn't happen.
You want to live in a creek?
I would, if I could. I
Oh,
would be a private any day.
okay.
Or fucking raging hell on America.
Or a what?
Or carp
Ah,
and just hell on America.
yeah.
You know those fish that jump out of the water on the Mississippi River?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, those are carp.
Yeah.
Asian carp.
Yeah.
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 If the U.S. military is spending millions of dollars to fight,
Yeah.
that's carp.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, yeah, no. Anarchy. Fuck it. Carp. I want to be
I've seen videos of fishermen. They're going out and they're living their best life fishing, and then they pick up one of those things and they're like, "Oh, hey, you're invasive," and then they slam it on the fucking rocks next to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. If you catch an invasive fish or an animal, you're supposed to kill it or turn it in. But if it's fish, kill it, eat it.
Yeah. Oh man, there's a. So I was speaking of that. I was watching. There's this podcast that I really like called Chuckle Sandwich, and
It's a beautiful podcast name. Shout out Chuckle Sandwich.
Shout out Chuckle Sandwich. It's ran by these two, comedy gamer people. One of them's name is Jay Schlatt. The other one is Ted Nivison. And they have a third. They had a third host, Slimesicle, but he decided to retire from the podcast. And they have an ongoing thing that is that he's dead. But anyway, they introduced their own Jamie, and his I forget what his name is. What is Chuckle Sandwich's Jamie? I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but they did a video where they were like, I forget what they were talking about completely. I don't know. But it got to the point where they were talking about European starlings. Okay. And European starlings, for those who don't know, very fucking invasive. Very invasive. Very bad for the environment. They are constantly out, fighting other birds for food. And just awful creatures. And he was talking about wanting to kill them. And he said that one of the things that he would do if he had the opportunity was just go out and kill European starlings. Just for fun. And I looked it up here in the state of Missouri because, laws are different between locations. And I believe I found out that I found out that you can kill European starlings in the state of Missouri just on a whim.
Yeah, just any invasive animal you can.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you want to make sure, and obviously there's rules based on where you're at, how you're capable, and
we live nowhere. They don't care. You just got to make sure. They care more about if you catch a native species or an introduced species. You got to worry about the size and the regulations in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but really, they don't care.
They do not. They do not care at all.
Missouri, third bear season.
Do what?
Missouri had their third bear hunting season.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, black bears are becoming a real problem in Missouri.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Population is rising by 35% a year.
I mean, it's good, but
good
obviously,
for black.
Yeah.
Bad. I mean, black bears aren't too bad. It's just more. If you come across a hungry one, you're fucked because it's still a bear, and it will still eat you. But generally, they eat, little rodents and shit, and they're not hungry enough to come at you.
Tucker. That's his name. Tucker.
Tucker.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
I want to get a picture of a bear one day.
Do it.
I've yet to see a black bear in real life, though.
Go to the zoo. You can see one there.
No, that doesn't count. If I want to go to the zoo, I have connections, that, and I can just open up the zoo and go in the kangaroo and hit habitat and feed the kangaroos and work at the zoo for a day for no reason.
Then do it.
I have before.
Do it again.
It was fun. Grasshopper, the kangaroo, tried to buck up to me.
Did you buck back?
No, because kangaroos are very sensitive and will have a heart attack if they feel scared.
So will rabbits.
Yeah. Well, the best thing to do when a kangaroo bucks up to you is back off, but keep looking at it and stay firm, but slowly back off and circle around it, because then it will jump where you want it to go.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Wow.
Then the lady who takes care of the bobcats, she was like, normally I'd let you high five them, but they haven't eaten today yet. I was like, well, that's fair.
Fair enough.
So I have the bobcat.
Yeah,
Would have been dope as fuck.
that would have been.
And then the guy who can get me in, he takes care of the petting zoo mainly. That's mainly his place.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when the last time you were at the zoo was, but
I think I was 10.
oh shit. He probably was still working there then, but you would not know him.
No, I don't go to the zoo because I don't like. Ever since I learned that aquatic life in the zoo, specifically dolphins, have a flaccid fin. Because of how domesticated they are, I've always been very anti-zoo.
Orca dolphins, same family, but orcas are more known for that. But the Springfield Zoo does not have dolphins or orcas.
I know. I've just been anti all zoos after it. So
Zoos aren't bad. Zoos are trained professionals taking care of these things. Like
they let you in the cage.
It's more for most of the time. Zoos are instead of entertainment.
Yeah.
My problem with SeaWorld and stuff like that is it's not for conservation. It's for fucking entertainment. And that's where people get greedy and, mistreat animals.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. I don't know. I've just been...
I'm pretty sure huge remaining population of the tigers that are still alive nowadays are in zoos. And that's a big conservation thing. So there's a positive to zoos.
Yeah. I don't know. I just been animals should be where they're supposed to be is just my thing.
Yeah, I think humans intervening is bad regardless, but I believe we should protect the species that we have harmed.
Oh, absolutely. Like one of the things. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, that was my whole statement. If zoos are the way to protect them, then zoos are what we got to do.
Yeah, I just there's some zoos that have like polar bears. They have polar bears, and I know that it's good that they have polar bears just in case they need to repopulate polar bears. But
polar bears are just one of those things you shouldn't fuck with.
Yeah, polar bears should not be in hot climates. So if a zoo in a hot climate has a polar bear, the polar bear shouldn't be there.
Did you hear about the thing where they're going to try to bring the woolly mammoth back?
They've been trying that for some time now, haven't they?
They have. I don't know how much you know about it, but they say they're going to have a woolly mammoth by 2025 or some shit like that.
I don't think that that's necessary, but I'm glad they're trying.
Actually, I looked into it, and woolly mammoths with their behavior and everything, they will help with global warming. They'll compact the ice in the polar ice caps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually compact it and take down any foliage. So, anything warming up the area, they just knock it down and kill it. It's just in their behavior because they like colder climates, so they know to do that, and it's a food source for them too. Yeah. So they're actually gonna, if they successfully bring woolly mammoths back to a decent population, that'll help global warming.
Yeah. You know what else would help global warming?
Plus, it will also make polar bears not as aggressive to people because they'll have woolly mammoths to hunt.
Yeah. Unless the woolly mammoth kicks its ass.
Well, the fucking reason polar bears are so big is because they hunt. You know how big a polar bear is?
Oh, yeah. They're 9 feet tall.
Yeah, and fuck ton of weight. And all they eat is meat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, don't fuck with a polar bear.
Yeah, but mammoths are taller.
A polar bear would be able to take out a mammoth.
Woolly mammoths are massive.
Yeah, not easily, but I feel like a polar bear could do it. You also got to think the polar bear's got like fucking 2 feet of fat on it too.
Now
So
they're
like,
saying woolly mammoth in 2027.
yeah,
Yeah.
that same research group is going to try to bring back my favorite, the thylacine.
Awesome.
Fuck yeah. And it's cool how they do it. Do you know how they do it?
I don't know.
It's basically like cloning. Except for they take the DNA of the closest relative and then they like patch in woolly mammoth DNA to make it a woolly mammoth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So the closest living relative to a woolly mammoth is an Asian elephant.
Those are going extinct too.
Mm-hmm. But they're going to use Asian elephant DNA to mix with woolly mammoth DNA, and then they're going to have a full woolly mammoth.
Huh. I think
Fuck.
I'd be scared that poachers would go out and try and hunt the first woolly mammoth.
Yes, that's why they're going to be on a reserve.
Ah, being monitored.
Yeah, and plus you got to remember for the first couple generations of woolly mammoth, you got to monitor the offspring if they can have offspring. Like
That's a good
all,
question. Yeah, would they be
yeah,
able to, or would it be entirely human manufacture?
exactly. There's going to be so many what ifs. You got to keep them in a range and like monitored,
Mm-hmm.
constant. Like you said, those tusks, poachers are going to come after those tusks.
Oh yeah, they're gonna go after it just to say that they were one of the first people to kill a woolly mammoth when they came back.
Yeah, they're going to have military protecting this animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
That's my piece of news. What do you got?
Uh, what do I got? I don't have shit.
You don't have shit?
No, I don't have any news. I mean, I'm not really in the mood to talk about the whole Hamas, Palestine, Israel thing because,
Yeah, no one cares about politics.
yeah, no one gives a
Okay,
fuck.
I say politics. It's not politics at this point. It's basic human decency.
Yeah. Oh, Xi Jinping came to America,
Say,
to California specifically.
you know, how'd
Yeah.
that go?
He announced that he wants to declare peace between us and them, because we're both socioeconomic power, and he wants to have those connections as long as he's in office. So, if Joe Biden declares peace, I mean, not like we were at war or nothing, but declares peace between us and China. That'll be the first time that
We're at
uh,
with
do what?
China.
What?
We're at a political war with China for sure, with Taiwan and everything in the South China Sea.
Oh yeah,
There is tension, but if they declare peace, I mean, you know,
yeah,
they have to
yeah.
decide.
Taiwan is a big, flex point right now, and of course the Hong Kong being watched so heavily under CCCP, or CCCP, one of the two.
CC, two C's, Communist China, China's Communist Party,
Uh,
CCP.
uh, uh,
I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if China and America could be peaceful.
yeah. I can't figure it. I guess it's CCP.
Yeah, it's two C's.
Okay.
Chinese Communist.
Yeah, but when I look up CCP, I get the Community College of Philadelphia, and I don't think that that's a economic power. Okay, yeah, it's a CCP. Okay, I'm dumb.
Yeah,
It's fine.
yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's fine.
But not Joe Biden is very divided right now as far as his intelligence is concerned. I won't get into. You know what? Fuck it. He hugged Netanyahu, the prime minister of Israel, and it has made multiple comments about backing him, as a person, but having a peace with China and Xi Jinping would be very helpful for us as far as economic balance is concerned, because I think personally it would be it'd be beneficial. He's not a good person. Xi Jinping is not a good person, to be point blank honest. He is
leader, good person.
Yeah, no leader is a good person. Yeah, but
no president, no king, no fucking nothing. Prime ministers.
No one's a good person if they hold some semblance of power, because it always gets to them. But him hugging China could mean good things for us, because as it stands right now with the Russian-Ukrainian war that's been going on, China has been one of the closest ties to Russia, and they could, with those two, make a new axis, stronger axis than last time. So if he can declare peace with China and keep it that way long enough to make some sort of treaty or agreement, then Russia would be completely incapable of declaring any form of war, because all that they would have is the Middle East, and since there's a war going on there between Israel and Palestine, that war is going to be the main focus of the Middle East, so it gives them literally nobody.
Yeah.
So.
See, I'm torn between it. Cause
what are you torn? What are you torn about, buddy?
Is America just gonna forgive all the, war crimes and the fucking, human rights violations that China has done just for an economic partnership? That's a great question. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't ally with China, and this is all just a political thumbs up, pat on the back.
According to CNN, which obviously take any news source as U.S. President Joe Biden said Wednesday he still believes Chinese President Xi Jinping is a dictator, even as the two leaders made progress in their relationship during a meeting outside in San Francisco, or outside San Francisco. He goes on to be quoted as saying, "Well, look, he's a dictator in the sense that he is a guy who runs a country that is communist, that is a communist country that is based on a form of government totally different than ours. Anyway, we made progress." When asked about Biden's latest comment at a Chinese foreign ministry briefing on Thursday, a spokesperson called it extremely erroneous and an irresponsible political maneuver, which China firmly opposes. What needs to be pointed out is that there will always be some people with ulterior motives attempting to undermine China-U.S. relations. They will not succeed in doing so, spokesperson Mao Ning said. National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby sidestepped a question about the Chinese response later on Thursday and focused on other parts of reporters' question. He said the president was feeling very good about the content of the discussion. And Beijing responded furiously over the summer when the president made a similar comment and compared his Chinese counterpart to dictators in June. The reason why Xi Jinping got very upset in terms of when I shot that balloon down and with 2 boxcars full of spy equipment in it is he didn't know it was there. And then he goes on to say, "No, I'm serious. That's what a great embarrassment. That's what a great embarrassment for dictators. Or that's what's a great embarrassment for dictators when they didn't know what happened." The response from Beijing in June was swift and angry. The remarks seriously contradict basic facts, seriously violate diplomatic etiquette, and seriously infringe on China's political dignity. Skip. Biden cultivated a deep relationship with Xi Jinping during his time as vice president, and still appears to have a warm personal relationship, even as U.S.-China relations have since deteriorated. He even wished the Chinese leader's wife a happy birthday during their talks. Let's see. China has no plans to surpass or unseat the United States, and the United States should not scheme to suppress or contain China, Xi said, according to a readout released by China's state news agency, Xinhua. Both sides should understand each other's principles and bottom lines, not to make or stir up trouble or cross boundaries, but instead communicate more and have more dialogue and more discussions and handle differences and accidents calmly, Xi said. The 2 leaders emphasized the need for mutual respect, peaceful coexistence, maintaining communication, and conflict prevention during the meeting, according to Xinhua. So it sounds like it's just a bunch of conversation about making sure that neither of them step on each other's toes, and making sure that both of them are generally at a mutual understanding of power, and maybe a little bit of flexing was done. Probably a little flexing was done.
You're right.
Yeah.
I have a perfect guest. He has no notoriety, but if you want political talks on a podcast, I have a perfect guy who could maybe hop on.
Like tonight?
Probably not tonight.
Who are you talking about?
Mr. Dan Beyer. Dan the man.
I don't think I know him.
You don't.
Okay.
He's an old coworker of mine.
Uh-huh.
But he's very smart when it comes to politics and all that shit.
Well, I don't want to turn this into a political podcast, but
no,
that was...
If you want politics, then hey, we could make a one little political episode.
We could do that, yeah.
Have him on, and then that'd be dope.
Maybe we could do it when it comes down to the final bit of elections.
This dude will sit for hours and hours and talk about just all this shit.
Yeah.
Every political you can think of, he'll talk about it. He knows about it.
I think it'd be cool to have him on for the polls. Then that'd be cool.
Yeah.
See what he says on the next election. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Major bill passings, like the whole upturning of Roe v. Wade and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
Oh, yeah. He would love that shit.
Hell yeah. I'd love to have him on for that shit.
I'll save some of the stories for the pod if he comes on, but we would sit there for hours and argue with our manager about politics. Because he knew...
in a good way or a heated way?
Get our manager heated so we get out of work for 3 hours. That sort of way.
Okay.
Yeah. So he could talk for politics for hours, and it was just always the best because it was always funny as shit. Because Dan is more left wing, which I would say he's definitely more left wing, but he doesn't identify with either party.
Yeah.
but he'll call everyone out on their bullshit, and it's fucking hilarious.
I can't wait to have him on at some point then.
Fuck yeah. I'll shoot him. Be like, hey, you want to come on the podcast?
Does he have a way of doing all of it?
Probably.
Alright, cool. If not, tell him Soundcore Life Dot 3i earbuds are hella fucking cheap, and they work perfectly.
Jeez.
But while you're doing that, let's see, what else can we talk about? What else is prevalent?
There you go. Boom. Send him text.
Hell yeah. I don't know what else to talk about.
I thought you had an idea.
Oh, I looked up entertainment news to see.
This is why we need editing, Benny.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, dang. George Brown, one of the founding members, and specifically the drummer of Kool and the Gang, died.
Kool and the Gang.
Yeah. Classic. Let's see. What do you have to talk about? I don't know. I brought up the political thing. You bring up something now. Hit me with it.
Shit. I've been listening to a lot of Justin Bieber lately.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Are you gonna get into the
I am a believer.
You what?
I'm a believer now.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna get into the drama of his love life?
No, I don't care that much. But his latest album, Justice,
Yeah.
I've been listening to that. That's a fire fucking album.
I'll have to check it out for sure.
Definitely. Like, once he found his voice as an adult, that's when it all changed. Like, okay, Justin Bieber's actually a good artist.
Yeah.
He's no longer making like those shitty ass childish love songs,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You know what happened recently? I don't know if I... Tell me if I talked about it on one of the other pods, but Omegle is done.
You told me privately. You didn't talk about it.
Well, Omegle died. They finally closed its doors and shut down the website and everything. You can even look it up. When you go to Omegle, you can click on it, and what it says is, "Dear strangers, from the moment I discovered the internet at a young age, it has been a magical place to me. Growing up in a small town, relatively isolated from the larger world, it was a revelation how much more there was to discover, how many interesting people and ideas the world had to offer. As a young teenager, I couldn't just waltz onto a college campus and tell a student, let's debate moral philosophy. I couldn't walk up to a professor and say, tell me something interesting about microeconomics. But online, I was able to meet those people and have those conversations. I was also an avid Wikipedia editor. I contributed to open source software projects, and I often helped answer computer programming questions posed by people many years older than me. In short, the internet opened the door to a much larger, more diverse, and more vibrant world than I would have otherwise been able to experience, and enabled me to be an active participant in and contributor to that world. All of this helped me to learn and grow into a more well-rounded person. Moreover, as a survivor of childhood trigger warning, rape, I was acutely aware that any time I interacted with someone in the physical world, I was risking my physical body. The internet gave me a refuge from that fear. I was under no illusion that only good people use the internet, but I knew that if I said no to someone, they couldn't physically reach through the screen and hold a weapon to my head or worse. I saw the miles of copper wires and fiber optic cables between me and other people as a kind of shield, one that empowered me to be less isolated than my trauma and fear would have otherwise allowed. I launched Omegle when I was 18 years old and still living with my parents. It was meant to build on those things I loved about the internet, while introducing a form of social spontaneity that I felt didn't exist anywhere else. If the internet was a manifestation of the global village, Omegle was meant to be a way of strolling down a street in that village, striking up conversations with people you ran into along the way. The premise was rather straightforward. When you used Omegle, it would randomly place you in a chat with someone else. These chats could be as long or as short as you chose. If you didn't want to talk to a particular person for whatever reason, you could simply end the chat and, if desired, move on to another chat with someone else. It was the idea of meeting new people distilled down to to almost its platonic ideal. Building on what I saw as the intrinsic safety benefits of the internet, users were anonymous to each other by default. This made chats more self-contained, and it made it less likely that a malicious person would be able to track someone else down off-site after their chat ended. I didn't really know what to expect when I launched Omegle. Would anyone even care about some website that an 18-year-old kid made in his bedroom of his parents' house in Vermont with no marketing budget? But it became more popular instantly after launch and grew organically from there, reaching millions of daily users. I believe this has something to do with meeting new people being a basic human need, and with Omegle being almost the best way to fulfill that need. As the saying goes, if you build a better mousetrap, the world will beat a path to your door. Over the years, people have used Omegle to explore foreign countries, get advice about their lives from impartial third parties, and to help alleviate feelings of loneliness and isolation. I even heard stories of soulmates meeting on Omegle and getting married. Those are only some of the highlights. Unfortunately, there are also lowlights. Virtually every tool can be used for good or evil, and that is especially true of communication tools, due to their innate flexibility. The telephone can be used to wish your grandmother happy birthday, but it can also be used to call in a bomb threat. There can be no honest accounting of Omegle without acknowledging that some people misused it, including to commit unspeakably heinous crimes. I believe in a responsibility to be a good Samaritan and to implement reasonable measures to fight crime and other misuse. That is exactly what Omegle did. In addition to the basic safety feature of anonymity, there was a great deal of moderation behind the scenes, including state-of-the-art AI operating in concert with a wonderful team of human moderators. Omegle punched above its weight in content moderation, and I'm proud of what we accomplished. Omegle's moderation even had a positive impact beyond the site. Omegle worked with law enforcement agencies and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children to help put evildoers in prison where they belong. There are people rotting behind bars right now thanks in part to the evidence that Omegle proactively collected against them and tipped the authorities off to. All that said, the fight against crime isn't the only one that can... the fight against crime isn't one that can ever truly be won. It's a never-ending battle that must be fought and refought every day. And even if you do the best job it is possible for you to do, you may make a sizable dent, but you won't win in any absolute sense of that word. That's heartbreaking, but it's also the basic lesson of criminology, and one that I think the vast majority of people understand on some level, even superheroes. The fictional characters that our culture imbues with special powers as a form of wish fulfillment in the fight against crime don't succeed at eliminating crime altogether. And it goes on a lot longer than that. But all of this being said, Leif K. Brooks, the founder of Omegle, had to sincerely apologize for how Omegle had been used towards the ends of it. What had happened was without getting too how do I want to word it? Without getting too depressing. I'll say it that way. A unfortunate series of events happened, and there was a lot being put into a lawsuit against Omegle. After many people over the years, including myself and a lot of people that I know, got on Omegle because they saw YouTubers use it, right? YouTubers would get on Omegle and they'd do funny videos where they chat with random people and see what they see, or there's YouTubers like The Do or other people like that who would play amazing guitar riffs and solos and do all sorts of really cool shit for people. There's even ones that did magic and fantastic video editing that made it look like they were there when they weren't there, or whatever. And a lot of kids, like I said, myself included, would get on there and we would want to see these cool things and talk to these cool people. But unfortunately, because of how people are, there's a lot of people that got on Omegle that went on there for heinous, nasty reasons. And one of those reasons was sex abuse and pedophilia and awful shit. And
that no one should be in.
Yeah, that no one should be doing. And it got to the point after 14 years. I can't believe it's only been that long. 14 years of Omegle being up and running. They had to shut down because a lawsuit went through, succeeded, and got them terminated. Unfortunately, what had happened was there was a civil lawsuit that matched a 11-year-old child with a sexual predator. And it obviously turned into some pretty nasty shit from there. But as that was going on, everybody who were capable added onto it, and it basically became what I would consider like a second coming of the Me Too movement, where people were speaking up and saying, this happened to me as well. And I myself included was a part of that unfortunate side of Omegle, or Omegle. But it was...
wasn't, honestly. That's the problem with Omegle. It's like everyone got exposed to that.
Yeah.
You couldn't get on Omegle without some dude stroking his...
Yeah. It
Sorry. Experience that and have trauma because of it, but like, just saying. It's bad that became a staple of the app instead of something changing,
Yeah. It got to a point where unfortunately with something like Omegle, one of the things that they never, as far as I know, incorporated was a report button, so that you can staple the IP address and the conversation and send it to one of their moderators that they claim to have. But they never did include that, and again, as far as I know. And it got to a point where it's like it got to a point where seeing some dude beating his meat was a like you said, it was just a part of the website, and it got hard burned. What's it? Not hard burned. What's it? Branded. It got branded into every user's brain. It's like, oh, that's just something that I'm gonna see now. Whatever. And there's other sites that you can go to where it's the exact same thing. Unfortunately,
Fucking Twitter that way.
yeah, Twitter. Even though Elon, in his infinite wisdom, said that he was going to make Twitter cleaner, it apparently isn't. I've been seeing a lot of talks of there being like hashtags that people will use to specifically find, other, sex abusers and pedophiles and whatnot. Like, I guess maps are a thing. MAP, minor attracted person, I think.
Yeah. Which is fucked.
It is fucked.
Very fucked.
Yeah. It's I don't know. I feel like getting rid of it is it's all they can do. They can't they can't do anything beyond that. I mean, there's always going to make where there is one place for people to find heinous shit like that, there are 12 more.
Yeah, it's always chase. They're never going to fully get rid of it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that he said on his statement on the Omegle website was, unfortunately, even with superheroes, they never fully get rid of crime. There's always something else. But you can put them at bay. You can't get rid of roaches, but you can get them out of the house. You know what I mean?
But are always going to be around.
Yeah. So like you can shut down Omegle, and I think one of the other ones that people used to use was Chat Roulette, or I think there's a bunch of other ones out there. You can get rid of them, sure, but there's going to be another one that's going to pop up, and you can, like, Elon, I think, is taking a stance against hashtags right now, because I know from personal experience as a sex worker, hashtags are hiding people's content now. So they have to do unhashtagged and then hashtagged stuff as well, so that they can hit both feeds. But he's taking a hard stance against them, and it's because of stuff like that, like the map hashtag that allows people to find the nasty stuff, or I think there's other ones, but what was I getting at? You can get rid of a hashtag, but they're going to make another hashtag that'll do the same thing. And then after that one, they'll do another one. Like, if you get rid of hashtags completely, it's not going to make a fucking difference, because they're going to find a way to find each other.
Right. You're going to use keywords or some shit like that.
Yeah. So, but anyway, all this being said, I'm not upset that Omegle's gone. I think that it had gotten to that point where it was just it had gotten to the point that it was mostly people using it for heinous crime. Right. You couldn't find, like, back in the day, when I used to get on it, I would do sometimes I would do the video ones, but that was only when I had the house to myself, like I was homesick or something. I would do the video ones so that I could find people, but other times I would use just the text chat, and I would use tags like Green Day and punk rock and stuff like that. And unfortunately, using tags like punk rock was a double negative, because you have a whole bunch of pedophiles on Omegle, but then you have the pop punk subgenre that is a whole bunch of pedophiles anyway. Like, you got
Fuck.
oh shit, what was his name? I think there was a pop punk artist that got in trouble for pedophilia recently. They're always getting in trouble, to be honest with you, but
Yeah, I mean, there's no winning.
no, there's no winning. Absolutely none. Let's see. Here's a list of 11 that did that. Let's see. You got. Oh well, okay. That one's. Oh, okay. Well, that's that's R. Kelly. He's not pop punk.
No.
No.
Punk.
No. Nope. Nope. No, that's not. Oh, that's Elvis. Okay. Okay. Well, none of those were. Okay. Well.
We're looking for.
Nope. We didn't find what we were looking for there. That was a whole bunch of people that are very, very dead. Okay. Well, my point being is that there's a lot of them. Here we go. Yeah, it was Jake McElfresh of Front Porch that he got in trouble. Oh, this was in 2015, but I had just found out about it recently. He got in trouble. Okay, so apparently. Okay. It was all on Tumblr. He would get naked pictures from young girls on Tumblr, and one of the girls, aged 16, said that she would give him at least 50 a day. Yeah, at his request. And I don't know if it's anything beyond allegation, but allegations still. Every allegation comes from a speck of truth.
Right.
So there's probably some substantial evidence to say that he isn't the cleanest of dudes. But it's a pop punk. I wouldn't even consider him pop punk. He is more like indie punk. But anyway, in the punk genre, what I'm getting at, in the punk genre, it is a lot of hit or miss. Are they a good person? Are they a good person still? I know one of the people that is pop punk is MGK, and I have a love-hate relationship with him myself. You know that better than fucking anybody. I like his music, but him as a person, he's an asshole. And he's technically pop punk. He has some allegations against him of being a pedo, and they're fucking valid.
Based.
Do what?
They're based.
Yeah. Is that a new term?
That's a new term. It's something like yeah. This dude when it's like a undeniable. It's based.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So his allegations are based. That feels weird. Uh, he went on air for a interview. I can't remember with whom. I think it was MTV related. I don't know. But he went on air for an interview talking about one of the Kardashians, I believe. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was Chloe. Let's see. Maybe it was a Jenner? Yeah, it was Kendall Jenner. Okay. So when he was 20 some odd, let's see. Let me see if I can find the beginning of it. See, he's 31 now. Okay, so he was 23. Okay, at the time it was a Fuse interview, not MTV. Fuse interview. He said the interviewer asked, "Who was your first celebrity crush?" And the musician replied, "I don't care who my first celebrity crush was, because right now it's Kendall Jenner." And he said, "God damn, I've said that so many motherfucking times. I hope that I'm snagging it." And he continued, "Don't let me move to LA. Oof, I'm finding her." The interviewer then chimed in to ask, "Are you counting down the days till she's 18? MGK replied, "I'm not waiting till she's 18. I'll go now. I'm 23, dog. I'm not like a creepy age, you know? I'm 23, she's 17, and she's a celebrity. There's no limits right there." And he went on to list other musicians who have dated girls under the legal age limit, including Robert Plant, and then Axl Rose, and what's
in the legal gray area. I mean,
what?
It's still a weird area. He's not wrong. I hate that I'm defending the guy, but he's not wrong in the sense of like it's a legal gray area. He probably wouldn't get in trouble, but it's still not good.
Yeah, that's not good at all. And plus, you have to take into consider the legal age limits of both the location she is, which is LA, and then he says that he's not in LA, so wherever he is at that time, legal age limit there. Plus, just because she's a celebrity does not make a difference. And go ahead.
If anything, that hurts your case, her being a celebrity, because then it's very publicized.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have gotten in trouble, but my personal morals say the law probably wouldn't have cared. But my personal morals are like, no, that's fucked.
Yeah, that's not.
They
good.
could have been to high school together, so it's like they fall in that gray area.
I don't. They didn't go to high school together.
No, they didn't. They're in the age group where they could have.
Oh,
that's what.
Let's see. 6 years gap. That would make at him being 18. Nope, they would not have gone to school together. She would have been 12 when he was 18.
Okay. Well, then never mind.
Which, that's fucked. Anyway,
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I was getting at is pop punk people always have some sort of weird pedo shit going on.
Right.
Uh,
They never
it's never a normal crime. Like, why can't it be?
rob a bank or something.
Yeah, like why can't it be robbing a bank or? I know when Justin Bieber was trying to figure out who the hell he was, one of the crimes that he committed was he pissed in a janitor's bucket publicly.
That's a crime. That's a solid crime.
That's
I
a
like that.
solid fucking crime. When Motley Crue was doing their thing, their crimes were trashing hotel rooms and shit. Until, of course, that one, the lead singer, got in trouble for killing somebody while driving drunk. Um, that was not a solid crime. I don't condone that at all. But
Got caught, Lambo with no license. That's a solid crime.
yeah, that's a solid crime. Or
Justin Bieber commits solid crimes.
yeah, yeah.
He's good.
Does Ed Sheeran have a criminal record?
I don't know, but Ed Sheeran's in the face golf club.
Do what?
Did you not hear about that?
No.
Ed Sheeran and Justin Bieber were drunk, hanging out, and then Justin Bieber's like, "Oh, hit the golf ball out of my mouth." So Justin Bieber lays on the ground, puts the little pick thing in his mouth, puts the golf ball on top, and then Ed Sheeran goes to hit it while he's drunk and smacks Justin Bieber in the side of the face with a golf club.
That's amazing.
That's a beautiful story.
So Ed Sheeran does not have a criminal record, but 6 months
Nope.
ago he did win a copyright case.
Yes.
So that's cool.
You know how Ed Sheeran got his face scar?
His what?
Ed Sheeran has a face scar.
I didn't know he had a face scar.
Well, he has a face scar and a beautiful story behind the face.
What's his story?
He says allegedly. But then he also goes to say, I don't know how that story got out. That room was so tight, so it happened. So him and I think it was John Mayer or someone like that, some 2000s pop singer.
That's
I think it
another
was John.
person. That's another person that did nasty age gap shit. Is John Mayer? But anyway, continue.
I don't know who it was.
Do what?
Could have been one. It was one of the two.
Okay.
Yeah, but anyways, they were role playing with a couple of princesses.
Mm-hmm.
And go knight Ed Sheeran and cut him in the face.
I love that.
He got cut in the face with a sword by a princess.
Hell yeah.
That's some G shit right there.
Love it. Love it so much.
I forgot what we were talking about.
I was talking about how nobody seems to have normal crimes. It's always pedo shit. And then I looked up if Ed Sheeran had any crimes, and he does not.
No.
He just won a court case recently, and then yeah, we went there. But Justin Bieber has normal crimes.
I wouldn't say they're normal,
Well,
but
less offensive crimes.
he has rich people crimes.
Yeah, and then you look at rock stars, and it's like, why are you always dating underage women? It's like
Elvis.
Yeah, Elvis. David Bowie dated an underage girl allegedly. That is a massive controversy. I don't know if you ever heard of this. Have you ever heard of Laurie Maddox?
No. Only thing I know David Bowie from is the fucking Labyrinth.
He makes music.
Yeah, I know, but that's my extent of David Bowie knowledge.
Well, I only know a little bit about the Laurie Maddox situation, but I know a lot more about David Bowie just as a person. But anyway, Lori Maddox was a child model and quote unquote baby groupie in the 70s. And as of 2015, she's a partner and buyer for Glam Boutique in West Hollywood. She's also known for an interview with Thrillist in 2015, where she made allegations of being involved in sexual relationships with David Bowie, Jimmy Page, and Mick Jagger. And these are obviously things that would have occurred while she was underage, and the musicians were in their 20s, although her connection to Bowie and Jagger are both very disputed. But Jimmy Page, for sure. Her experience has been discussed in the Me Too movement, with her story making a shift of the movement's focus from the industry to the film industry to the music industry. And it goes on. At age 13, she was frequenting a lot of clubs on Sunset Strip with her friend Sable, particularly the Rainbow Bar and Grill, Whiskey Go Go, and the English Disco. Apologies for the dogs. In '72, when Zeppelin were in LA in their North American tour, Jimmy Page, which is Zeppelin's guitarist, who was 28 at the time, began a relationship with Maddox, who was 13 at the time. Maddox claims the relationship began by her being basically kidnapped by Richard Cole, which was the tour manager, and brought to Jimmy Page's hotel room. According to Rolling Stone, Page went to great lengths to keep the relationship a secret due to it being illegal and quite literally rape. At the insistence of the manager, Peter Grant, Maddox was kept in a locked hotel room with a security guard at the door during their tour. She did not travel with Zeppelin while they were on tour, but claimed Page stationed himself in Los Angeles and would fly back there to see her between concerts in the private jet, the Starship. And whenever Page returned to England, Maddox says that she got a call from him every day. And it went on for 2 more years, ending in '75. And she ended the relationship when she was 16 after finding Page in bed with BB Buell, I believe it is. And Buell gave an alternate version of these events, claiming that despite the fact that Maddox had given herself exclusively to Page from 14 to 16, she was barred by Page's security from seeing him once he began dating Buell. And Lori Maddox says that Led Zeppelin biographer, is that how you'd? Yeah, I think so. Have been referenced by the song in the song "Sick Again," specifically the lyrics, "One day soon you're gonna reach 16, painted lady of the city lies, in the city of lies." Plant says that he wrote the song in general about many underage groupies with whom the band were acquainted in their '73 U.S. tour, which doesn't help the case that he definitely had relations with a child in the...
I wrote about multiple.
Yeah. So he's not... that was Robert Plant that said that the lyrics were about a bunch of groupies, but...
Good work.
Do what?
Their tour manager was outing them. That's even worse.
No, their tour manager was Peter Grant. Robert Plant is the singer.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so 2 of the Led Zeppelin group are like, yeah, no, it wasn't about her, it was about every child.
It's something off about Led Zeppelin.
Do what?
I knew there was something off about those guys.
Oh yeah. I mean, you don't make a fire ass song like Immigrant Song or Black Dog without having something wrong.
Black Dog's not a good song.
Black Dog's a great song.
Black Dog has good instrumentals, but really not that good of a song.
To each their own.
It's all personal taste. That's all. Well,
Yeah.
Music, personal taste, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the song Black Dog.
Do you like Immigrant Song?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
And
but
everyone's Led Zeppelin song.
What?
Stairway to Heaven.
I don't like Stairway to Heaven.
See, that's more my type of music, though.
Yeah. I don't know. It's too depressing.
Yeah, well, I'm a depressing boy.
Jeez. But anyway, it continues on, getting off of Led Zeppelin and into David Bowie. She was 14 when she was introduced to Bowie during his Ziggy Stardust tour. When the tour returned to LA 5 months later, when he performed at the Long Beach Arena in '73, Maddox claims that Bowie's bodyguard was sent to pick her up and her friend Starr for an encounter. And according to Maddox, she told Thrillist in 2015 that she and Starr met Bowie at the Rainbow Bar, and the three went to Bowie's hotel suite and did it. And Bowie de-virginized her that night, and she also had her first threesome that night. However, Starr gave a conflicting account of the same night, saying she alone had sex with Bowie and that Maddox was no longer with them by the time they were at the hotel. Maddox also gave a different account for her encounter with Bowie to music journalist Paul Tranka, in which she claimed that she and Starr sought out the hotel room that he was in and snuck inside uninvited. In this account, Maddox claimed that when they found Bowie, he was tired, but they initiated an encounter with him. And she claims she continued to see Bowie many times in the 10 years after. According to Dylan Jones, Max's account is contradicted by fellow groupie Pamela DeBar in her 1987 memoir, I'm With the Band, Confessions of a Groupie. So that's Bowie. I don't know. For one, I mean, like it says, her account with Bowie changes, and then other groupies say she was never there. Other groupies say that they were the one that started it and that she wasn't even there. A whole bunch of stuff. But other than that, Bowie has a pretty clean record with underage women. He does, however, have a record of his characters taking over a lot, like who's another one that takes over when they do a character? Kind of like Jim Carrey, or I'm trying to think, who's the guy that played Joker?
Heath Ledger?
No, not Heath Ledger. The bad one.
Bad Joker.
Yeah.
Not a clue.
30 Seconds from Mars.
One?
Huh?
Are you talking about like the older one?
No, the newer one, the newest one.
Oh, fuck! I don't know.
What's his name?
Jay Leno.
Jared Leto, not Jay Leno.
Yeah.
Jay Leno has the Jay Leno's Garage.
Yeah.
Jared Leto. That's another pedo rock star. But
Jared Leto, the Suicide Squad one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone hated him in that movie.
Yeah, everyone hates him just in general.
Ass hated him.
Yeah. Did you ever see the video? He's at a concert, or he's doing a concert, and he's wanting everybody to stand up, and he yells at someone who's physically disabled and incapable of. Not
sounds like
not to laugh, but I mean, yeah.
Laughing at Jared Leto.
Yeah, not the disabled person. But he got really into David Bowie got really into his characters, and I believe his character, the White Duke, specifically, was a racist person. If I remember right, it could have been Stardust, Ziggy Stardust, but I believe it was the White Duke. Thin White Duke specifically is, I think, the name.
Racist name. Just
well, yeah. The Thin White Duke embraced Nazism before becoming an outspoken proponent of civil rights. He spent his station-to-station tour in '76 performing as an Aryan wraith that he called the Thin White Duke. The Thin White Duke became a controversial figure due to its ostensibly pro-fascist statements. So it was... He did the character, and he was like... it was...
got too into character.
Yeah. Like, he had other characters that were, like, really awesome. Like, Ziggy Stardust, fucking legend. But,
Joker, I mean, Bale, his co-stars, dead rats.
Yeah. He did do that. Margot Robbie, I think, was, like, terrified of him by the end of it, right? Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, he's doing his job. He's the damn good actor.
Yeah.
But also... dialed that back a little bit.
Yeah. It's like when David Bowie did the Thin White Duke, his character had a whiff of like an Ubermensch Aryan, and Bowie had explicitly referenced Nietzsche, which is a German philosopher, when he did The Man Who Sold the World's Superman. And it goes on, but... yeah, he never had too much of an issue with that sort of sexual encounter stuff. It was just Maddox's claims that had an effect on his history, because we can't prove she's wrong because it's hearsay, but we can't prove she's right either. Anyway. She also alleged to have an intimate relationship with Mick Jagger when she was 17. There's no reports of him disputing it, but I mean, it is Mick Jagger. He basically fucked everybody. And then she claims to have affairs with Jeff Beck, Ronnie Wood, Mickey Finn, Angelo Bowie, Keith Emerson, Carl Palmer, Jimmy Bain, so on and so forth.
Pass the fuck around.
Yeah. I don't know. Do what? What? What'd you say?
I think I would only believe the Led Zeppelin ones though, because like the other. Just saying.
Yeah. And then Led Zeppelin's like, oh, well, the song's not about her; it's about all the other ones.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's
yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, but the groupie era of rock and roll, that was just a bad time.
And they're still groupies. What do you mean?
Yeah, but those ones.
Yeah.
But the point we were getting at was, people just, I don't know, they bad decisions. And they just be fucking kids, and that's not okay.
Punk rock people pissing buckets and, steal Lambos rent Lambos and speed around in them without their license.
Yeah. It's like people need to quit being on their R. Kelly shit.
Facts.
Yeah. Or Ted Nugent. Did you know? I didn't know this until recently. He had a song. Hold on. What is it called? Jailbait. That's what it is.
What?
Ted Nugent had a song called Jailbait.
Doesn't.
Well, listen to this. Well, I don't care if you're just 13. You look too good to be true. I just know that you're probably clean. It's quite all right. I asked your mama. Wait a minute, officer. Don't put those handcuffs on me. Put them on her and I'll share her with you.
Seems like, I don't know, that seems more just like satire.
It's Ted Nugent, though.
Yeah, but I don't know much about him. But I mean, compare those lyrics to like Eminem lyrics. Like Eminem literally has verses about him raping his own mother.
And Hillary Duff. Yeah.
Yeah. It just more seems like satire. You can't take lyrical content as literal.
Yeah. But he did marry a 17-year-old. So.
Okay, then probably being serious.
If I remember right, he couldn't legally marry her, so he arranged to become her legal guardian. And they stayed together for about 9 years. And then he said he started to become addicted to girls.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's all I have to say to that. Is yikes.
And then there's Steven Tyler.
Yeah.
Who everybody fucked Steven Tyler. Steven Tyler was on so many drugs. I don't know if he knows how many people he fucked.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah.
And the man did so many drugs, he still looks high.
Yeah. And he tried to do country too, I think. He sobered up and then he tried to do country.
I haven't heard about his country endeavors, but
but he basically he met Julia Holcomb. She had just turned 16 when they met at a concert in Portland. She had not been living a good life. It was a whole thing. Her father abandoned her mother, and her brother died in a car accident when she was 13. So she was pretty broken up. And then a 24-year-old woman befriended her, dressed her in revealing clothing, and got them backstage to an Aerosmith concert. She recounts all of this in a 5,000-word essay on LifeSite, an anti-abortion blog with an obvious agenda. Perhaps as a result, she skips the details on how she and Tyler met and skips to her mother granting Tyler guardianship over her so that he could bring her on tour while he was over state lines. Tyler ended up impregnating her, and by her account, they ended up married. Things soured, however. He pressured her to get an abortion at 5 months, 1 week before the legal limit. She went through with it, moved home, and except for a few phone calls, never heard from him again. And she goes on to say, in spite of everything, I do not hate him, nor am I bitter. I pray for his sincere conversion of heart and hope that he can find God. So, yeah.
Don't be a rock star.
Don't be a rock star. Jerry Lee Lewis also got in trouble, but yeah, everybody knows that he's not a clean dude. He something about he was 22. He married his 13-year-old cousin, while still married to another woman, and yeah. It was Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. uh, it was in '58, I think, when journalists learned about the whole thing, and the uproar made him cancel his tour just as he was about to dethrone Elvis as the king of rock. So that was a whole thing. And one of the things that made it really unsettling is when she moved out of her parents' house to join Jerry Lee Lewis on tour. One of the containers that she had brought with her to pack her belongings was a dollhouse. And at 14, the couple had a child who died in a swimming pool accident 3 years later. And then his infidelity and drug use strained their marriage. They got a divorce in '71. And then Jerry Lee Lewis, who I think, is he still alive?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Yeah, he died last year. He got married in 2012, and he kept it in the family again. This time, she was his cousin's ex-wife. So, huh?
AEW wrestler landed straight on their fucking neck.
Oh shit, are they okay?
It's to be determined.
Who is it?
But it's Roddy something. I don't remember exactly who. I'm not too good with these AEW guys. I don't keep up with them too much, but yeah.
Roderick Strong?
What?
Roderick Strong?
Probably.
Oh.
But right on his fucking neck. Here, I'll send you the post. And
Okay.
It doesn't say post. It just says yikes.
It was indeed him.
Yeah.
There's
the clip of it. Landed dead on his fucking head, and then, ugh, yikes. That was nasty.
Shit, there it is. Okay.
I sent it to you on Snap. If you
I found it. Yeah, that is indeed Roderick Strong,
Okay.
and he is already in recovery. He's in a wheelchair right now. So,
what it was.
And let's see. He recently took part in an AEW Together community event, playing basketball in Inglewood.
Well, an hour ago that happened.
Huh?
Night. So if he injured his neck twice, that's fucked.
Well, what is this? Oh, I don't. Are you sure that happened tonight? Because this is from yesterday.
It could have been from yesterday, but all the clips I'm seeing were posted an hour ago from tonight.
Oh, well, he already hurt his neck by then.
Yeah.
Because this is postings from yesterday, and he already had hurt his neck.
Is it from Ring of Honor?
Well, this is from the event in Inglewood.
Yeah, I don't
But
remember the one I.
he uh, yeah, he already hurt his neck.
Yeah, no, this was definitely from tonight.
Well, this is. Well, I'm confused because that can't. That must be.
He must have
That must.
already had, and then landed straight on his neck, but it was from tonight's.
I'm confused because he already hurt his neck. That's
Yeah,
because
but
this is from yesterday. This is November 17th, 23. People were already tweeting about it.
yeah, but I mean the match I showed you, AEW posted it tonight, like today. So I don't know if it took place today, but it was from AEW Rampage, and it was from today.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
The injury already happened.
Yeah. So it could have been a really good fucking angle. Yeah. Like if they did that as an angle, that was a good ass angle, but it looked way too real.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the match might have been pre-recorded.
You think so?
I think so because at the Monster Kevin, which I think that's Kevin Owens.
No.
Kevin Nash?
Maybe. That's more like
the Monster Kevin. I don't know who it is. Because now I'm looking at pictures and I have no idea who this fucker is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it some old dude?
It is a dude with a beard.
Gray?
No.
Oh, then no.
I know who Kevin Nash is. And this
okay. Nash doesn't look anything like Kevin Nash used to.
Yeah. I guess he's just a important person in AEW. But Roderick Strong posted yesterday. Could have posted one of the many I made, #NextStrong. Fightful was given the following report on the event courtesy of Dr. Hilarious PhD. Yeah, no, he had the injury already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happened tonight is or maybe pre-recorded match or some shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
AEW system works. I don't know if they pre-record their matches like how WWE does with SmackDown.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm a dumbass. I'm the dumbass.
Yeah, because I'm literally watching it happen.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Okay.
When I looked it up, and I got what I saw of him being at the event. He was in a wheelchair, and he had a neck brace on. Yes, a white neck brace. He wears that all the time.
Oh.
It's a part of his character. He is Roderick Neck Strong.
Okay. So, him in the wheelchair and the brace is just,
It's character.
It's the angle he's pushing.
Yeah. Also, Paul White was there, so that's cool.
Mm.
Yeah, Big Show was there.
That's because Big Show is part of AEW.
I didn't know he was a part of wrestling at all.
He's signed to AEW.
I thought he left.
No, he's still in wrestling. He left WWE.
Does he still wrestle?
Probably. Or he's one of AEW's unused talents.
Huh. Is that a lot of them?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's actually coming back. Okay.
Love the Big Show.
Let's see. He is excited about in-ring return, wants to help younger talent, and he wants a balls-to-the-wall final run as Captain Insano.
Love that.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking love it.
He wants to come back as Captain Insano. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. He's got the right ideas.
Oh, yeah. He knows what he wants.
That's
he knows what we want.
WWE for him.
Yeah, we want Captain Insano.
Yeah, we do. Alright. We've been recording this podcast for a long fucking time.
Yes, we have. 1 hour 41 specifically.
Okay, so we'll call it there.
Alright, yeah. Do the outro.
Alright, like, subscribe, don't do a backflip onto your neck like I have, and like Roderick Strong.